All right, Shalom. This is Kanatza by Yashar Allah from the GMS Lions in Camp. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rukah, Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing his truth and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. All right, this topic is going to be about free will, the optical illusion of free will, which people seem to think that we have living out here on this earth. We have um, the will to do what our purpose is according to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's just it. We are made in His image, so so whatever His word speaks, that's what comes into existence, and we have no way of interfering with His will. We have no way of resisting His will. We have no way of uh, disrupting His will or altering His will. Period. Point blank. All right. The manifestation and the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is just going to be done. That's just it. It said, "My word shall not return void." It's out. Matter of fact. All right. This is Isaiah 55:11. It says, "So shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth; it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it." All right. So with that being said, if you're set up on this earth, all right, to be wicked, there's no way you can turn to righteousness to disrupt the order of the will of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's just impossible. All right. So we're to do His will, whether we like it or not. Whether we think in our minds that we have a choice, we don't do nothing. We don't do nothing but run our mouth. That's it. And it's all according to His will. All right. This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. It says, this is when Yahweh Shah was being tempted of the devil after he fasted. He said, but he answered and said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh." So whatever proceeds out of the mouth of Yahweh shall not be returned unto him void. All right. It shall perform the thing that he's it shall prosper in the thing whereto he sent it. That's just it. All right. So we have the will to do His will. That's it. No matter who you are, if you're the wicked or the righteous on the earth. All right. All right. This is let me see what scripture am I looking for. Give me 1 second. This is Proverbs 20:24. It says, "Man's going are of the Lord, Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?" Because a man does not particularly have his own way, because his goings are of the Lord. All right. It says, "It is a snare to the man who devoureth that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. A wise king scattereth the wicked and bringeth the wheel over them. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly." All right. So the spirit of man is a candle of the Lord. So and the Most High is going. The man's going are of the Most High. So a man cannot direct his own paths and footsteps. It says Proverbs 21:1. It says the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. Um, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever he will. All right. And that's the point. All right. So the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Like, so all these top officials, whether you're wicked or righteous, your goings are of the Lord, the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It says, every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. All right. All right. This is Job 33:11. He putteth my feet in the stocks. He marketh all my paths. Behold, in this thou art not just. I will answer thee, that Yahweh is greater than man. All right. Why doest thou strive against him? For he giveth not account of any of his matters. For Yahweh speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions. All right, so that's just it. Really, you can just read that right there, and that's basically explains everything. All right, so all according to his will. This is like a big movie. The word theater, Greek Latin word theos, that's where you get theater from, which means God. All right, so it's all a movie to appease his will. All right, it says that this is Job 33:17. It says that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide hide pride from man. All right. He keepeth back his soul from the pit and his life from. All right. No, that was the point. That was the point. The point was what 33:15 when it says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumbering upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instructions. All right, and that's what he's doing to this day, like with everything that's going on with bringing forth the battle in the valley of Jehoshaphat. You know, it said there were spirits that were created for vengeance, for that purpose only. So it's all to live out his word, his testimony, his um because his book was really written for us, but Yahweh Shai, man. And he's the one that bears the writer's ink on. He's the author of his own salvation. I mean, so I don't think all these things were predestined that were written in this book, and there's no way that you can start. I don't care what the thoughts of man are, but man can't do shit. All right, this is Romans 9:11. It says, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand, not of works, but of him that calleth." Yahweh that calleth. All right, it's not of the works that we do, but it's of the will of Yahweh, because he's the one that's promoting this. All right, pushing his will. Then it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. All right, as it is written, like there was nothing that she could do to disrupt that. Yahweh put the spirit on her to help Jacob supplant Esau. All right, it says Romans 9:13 says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. All right, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? God forbid. All right, because that's why Jacob was created, for him to be a vessel to honor, and that's what Esau was created to be a vessel to dishonor. That's just it. All right. It says, for he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. All right, so it don't matter who's willing to do what, who's willing to run from what, but it's up to the will of the Father for him to show mercy unto whom he set up to show mercy unto. So it says, so then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy. For the scripture said unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, that my name might be declared throughout all earth. Now, who is the modern day Pharaoh? The so-called white man, which is the devil. So there's no way around this destruction that's coming towards him, man. There's no way he can escape from it. All right, what does the scripture say? What can you recompense me for what you did to my people? And if you try to recompense me, I will recompense you speedily. Put the recompense upon your own head. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture. All right, so there's no way you can buy out of this destruction, because it's all according to the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It says, this is Romans 9:19. It said, thou will say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? All right. For who can resist his will? And that's the point. Who can resist his will? And people like when you tell people, well, how can he find, if he made them this way, how can he find fault in them being like that? He made them, they're like that. Well, okay. And it's all according to his will. He says, nay, but oh man, who art thou to reply us against Yahweh? Who are you to even reply against him? You're just another vessel that he made. And you're probably a dishonorable vessel if you don't get the fact that we do not have free will. All right. It says, shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? All right, because the Most High is the potter. All right, and we're just the clay. It says, have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? So basically, Esau was set up to be the wicked. Jacob was set up to be the righteous. Jacob fell, set up to fall. It's just all going to the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. The nation of Edom rose up. They were set up to rise. According to Job 9:24. So the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked. He covers the face of the judges. All right. All right. So this is Romans 9:22. It says, what if Yahweh, willing to show his wrath, to make his power known, endured with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? All right. So these vessels of wrath that are putting through us through this long suffering, these calamities, are the vessels that are fitted to destruction. All right, and that he might make known the riches of his glory of the vessels of mercy, which he had afar prepared unto glory, afar prepared. All right, before he had already prepared them unto the glory. All right, so it has nothing to do with what we want or really our works, because our works is a testimony of the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's just it. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 15, verse 7. It says, for the potter tempering soft earth, fasteneth every vessel with much labor for our service. Yea, of the same clay he make both the vessels that serve for clean uses, and likewise also all such as serve to the contrary. All right. So he has a vessel that he uses for clean, just like you have a fork. A fork, you cannot eat soup with a fork. There's nothing you can do to eat soup with a fork. All right, you got to use a spoon. That's a different type of vessel, a different type of ornament that you have to use. All right, so you can't use the wicked to be righteous. You have to use the righteous to be righteous. All right, that's just what it is. It says, but what is the use of either sort? The potter himself is the judge. And that's just it. Yahweh himself is the judge. All right. So now let's go back to, let me get out of here. Right here, Romans chapter 8, verse 20. It says, for the Romans 8:20 says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of God. All right. And that's what this is all about. The Most High revealing who his power, who his sons is, who his son is, well, who his sons are, starting from Yahweh Shai all the way down to his elect. And the 1/3 of Israel, and then all of Israel shall be, reincarnated into born into the kingdom. All right. It says, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly. All right. So if we have our own free will, then Adam wouldn't have transgressed through the transgression of Eve. It said, but by reason of him who has subject the same in hope. So what he did is he put us in this hopeful situation to get us to understand that's all according to his will, and we need to put our trust in him. It says, because the creature itself also shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh. For we knew that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoptions to wit, the redemption of our body. For we are saved by hope, and we hope that it is his will that, we're part of his elect. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why do he hope for it? All right? It said, but what if we hope for that we see not? Then do we with patience wait for it. So if you're the author of your own salvation, then there's no need for hope. If you have this free will and this decision to do whatever it is you feel like you want to do in life, and that's just it. So you bear the writer's ink on. You're the author of your own salvation. That's when you say we have free will. You're putting yourself in the place of Yahweh, in the place of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. All right, that's just it. It says, then do we with patience wait for it. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself make intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. All right, and he that searcheth the heart knoweth what is in the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of Yahweh. All right, so our spirit making intercessions with the saints according to the Most High's will. It doesn't matter. It just can't get away around it. It says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love Yahweh, to them who are called according to his purpose. All right, it says, for whom he did foreknew, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. All right. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So the point of the matter is, the wicked are predestined to be wicked, and the righteous are predestined to be righteous, man. All right. Ephesians 1:11, it says, and whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him who worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So this is just basically it. So everything is working together after the counsel of his own will. All right, and that's just it. With that being said, I want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ha, Rekar Kodash, Ma'amath. Double honors to the elders, apostles, the great millstone, and salutations to the Akim that are pushing this truth and sincerity and truth. All right, and peace and blessing to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, and trying to get a true understanding, all right, of his will. All right, Shalom.